PyroRadio. PyroRadio.
Yeah. It's my radio voice. So we're going to go into an interview with the almighty, the legendary, my mate, Crissy. I bet you turn his mic up.
Yeah, my radio voice.
Go on, give us your radio voice.
My radio voice. No, you don't want to hear that.
No?
That retired 2 years ago.
Have you ever been on radio?
Nah, not me. It's my first time.
Huh?
It's my
your first time?
Yeah.
You're doing quite well, mate. You're doing quite well.
That's alright.
So I've got to get my iPhone, and I've got to read out these questions. So first of all, how's your summer going?
It's going really well, actually. It's been busy, gigging, lots of gigs coming, lots of studio, trying to get in the studio, but, life just gets in the way sometimes, but,
Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I see you playing a lot in America at the moment, so, do you want to tell me about some of the shows you've been doing and where you've been playing, how they've been going down? What's drum and bass saying out in America?
Yeah, drum and bass is large, man. I think definitely since, the dubstep thing popped off and the kids are just, sort of introduced to it. When I started playing sort of a bit of dubstep under my alias, probably a few years ago over in the States, they were, kind of confused when I was dropping the drum and bass.
Yeah.
I kind of got it earlier on this year. I played a gig in Denver, and the lineup was majority of all dubstep. And I came on playing drum and bass. A lot of them didn't get it, but they sort of got it when I played the drum step kind of stuff, the halftime. And I sort of went from there, and yeah, you can see them getting into it. And yeah, I mean, the full drum and bass scene over there is pretty big at the moment, and it's just growing and growing. Every time I go, there's always a better crowd. I don't know if that's because nothing's on when I go there. I don't know. But
no, your fan base is great, man.
America's good.
I've been out to LA a couple of times, and it's always been relatively, I wouldn't say small or big parties. They've been good parties, but from what I see now, drum and bass is becoming as popular as it is in Europe. And it's a good thing to see. I even see dubstep artists like Funkcase playing some drum and bass and stuff in his sets as well now.
Yeah, and people like that, like Funkcase, doing wonders for people like us as well, introducing more people to drum and bass. But yeah, as you're saying, places like LA, man, LA's the spot. I love LA. Every time I go there, it's just so much love for drum and bass, and all over, anywhere you go really. New York's been pretty good. I've been going to the US for probably 10 years.
Wow.
And every time I go, it's just getting good. I do the World Drum and Bass tours every March, music conference time. I was out there earlier with SS and Drum Sound, Bassline Smith. Who else? Yeah, loads of people. Everyone was out there, and every year it just gets better and better. I was over there. Tell a lie. On that tour in March, LA was the last date of the tour, and I was about to come on, put my USBs in, and the club got shut down. So we had to sort of redate that one. Big shouts to Jeremy, Accelerated. He brought me over for a one-off gig, just to pay for that gig, really, shutting down. And yeah, man, it was sold out. It was great. It was just me and Young Man on the bill, and it was absolutely slamming. It was
sick.
Yeah, one of the best times I've had in LA, man. But shout out to Rob as well over in
Machete.
Yeah, Mr. Machete, doing a lovely job, 20 odd years or something, doing drum and bass in LA. So yeah.
Well, respect.
Yeah, respect.
It's
People like that in the US, man. Just keeping it going every week as well, non-stop. It's doing wonders for
big
D&D over there.
Big. So I have to cut you off because I want to talk about this track that's playing in the background. Tell me about it.
It's a weird one because I like the original. It's Flux Pavilion, Emotional. They sent me his album. Big shouts to Circus, Swanee and all the crew. They sent me the track and I was really like this track, man. So I was sort of just banging it in the studio, in the car. And I emailed him. I was like, love to do a remix of this. And I sort of heard nothing back. And then 24 hours later, I looked on Facebook and was like, yeah, we're giving away the stems. So I was like, yeah, download, take that. And then within a few days, I just banged out the remix. And they Flux Pavilion loved it. Actually bumped into him a week after the release date after that at the airport in Miami, and yeah, he was loving it, man. So big shouts to Flux.
Sick.
Yeah.
So the remix came out, right?
Yeah, it came out on the remix package a couple of months ago. April, March. Something like that.
Big.
Yeah.
It's a big remix. I love the tune. I've been playing it as well.
Thank you very much.
No worries. £1, please. Right, let me just check these notes I've got written here. Yeah, so you built a new studio.
Yeah, finally. I've sort of been on the move for a good couple of years, sort of moving house. I sort of moved house probably 4 times in a year. Anyone that knows about moving know how stressful it is and annoying. So that kind of put me out of the studio and sort of just put me on my laptop for wherever I could sit for more than a few hours sort of thing. So yeah, I recently set up my new studio with Sammy Porter, who's a house DJ, he's my partner, who I run the label with. And yeah, we're down there, middle of nowhere. It's absolutely beautiful, man. It's just somewhere to go. Like, if I'm at home, your bed isn't far from where your studio is, and the TV ain't far, and other stuff that you love at home isn't very far for you to just walk away from the laptop or, you know, stop doing your music. So if I go there, I know there to do something, and if something stops me, I'm not far. You know, I'm only a couple of minutes away from getting back in the mode to making music. So
that's right. Whenever I used to have studios in my house and stuff, I just didn't use them.
Oh, that's so
I'd go and do something else.
It's just dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
So yeah, I'm gonna come and check it out. Learn some of your skills.
Yeah, man.
Have a mix.
Yeah, come for a walk around the grounds, man. It's really nice. You think I'm super rich, but I'm not. You know?
Yes, well.
Yeah, swanky.
Yeah, it's perception.
Yeah.
You just
Of
ruined it now.
Yeah, just check my Instagram.
Wicked. Right, so yeah, what have you been doing in the studio? You got plenty of new music coming.
Loads, man. Like, well, you know anyway. So,
yeah, I do know.
Yeah, but no one else knows. But yeah, there's loads, man. Just sort of like since I stopped doing the radio, like a year and a half ago, it gave me more time in the studio and obviously just more time to focus on music. You're getting sent so much music that you have to sort of be involved with and listen to quite a lot if you're, you know, doing like a radio show. And I felt that all the tunes I was making, I'd already heard because people have been sending me so much music. I'm like, oh, Thingy just sent me a track that sounds exactly like that, so why am I going to make a track like that? So it kind of put me off like making music. But yeah, ever since I've stopped doing radio and stuff like that, I've sort of concentrated on my own music and sort of creating different kind of stuff that I wouldn't really hear, really, to be fair. But yeah, it's been good fun. I do a lot of ghost production actually, which I won't mention, but like for like house DJs and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just like, I love making all kinds of music, so it's good for me to be kind of creative that way, just so I can make all the music that I want and not let it sit there. Or maybe
you're one of the producers who's played me some of their music, and it's not just drum and bass, it's all genres that I've, you know, and it amazes me how much music you've actually made and not put out. Do you know what I mean? Like if you said like hundreds of songs, you'd be right, really.
Literally,
you know what I mean?
in the hip hop folder, there's hundreds and hundreds. Like, I did quite a lot of stuff with like Harry Shotter. So I was actually chatting to him the other day. Actually, we need to sort of go through that folder and sort it all out. Otherwise, it will sit there probably for like another 2 years, forever, and nothing will happen. But yeah, obviously now I've got this studio and it's all set up, I can actually get in there and do some work. You know.
Yeah, man.
Work is the one.
Exactly. It's good that you all set up and you've got a nice place to walk around and sort of show off on Instagram.
Around and not do work.
Yeah, exactly. Right, yeah. So can you tell me about your Altitude mix? Was it an 8-hour mix or was it longer?
It was 7 hours and 25 or 30 minutes. I don't know why I just didn't do 8. To be fair, there's only 30 minutes left.
Well, you probably run out of music.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few reasons why I did it. I don't know what was the main one. I think there was so much music out last year, and I hadn't put a mix out. Like, again, since I finished doing the radio, I was like, I haven't really had anything out. I need to do something. I want to do something special that just really hasn't been done, or people can sort of consume to their mobile, or, you know, download or whatever. So I just thought, right, let me do a 2-hour mix. You know, hopefully people will like that. And I got to 2 hours, and then I'd been sent so much more music within 24 hours, 48 hours. And I was like, oh, all right, cool, right, let's do another hour and try to fit it all in. Got to the other hour, I'd been sent more tracks, and I was like, right, let's do 4 and call it a day. So I did 4, and then I got to 4, and I lost the first 2 hours that I'd recorded. And I was like, right, forget this, just not do anything. And then I left it for a few days, and I was like, no, I can't let this beat me. So I like went back in the studio, and you know what? I was just there the whole day, and I went in 7 hours, and literally, I went in and I prepared like absolutely loads of music, just everything I wanted to play. I even sat down, did a few little edits that, you know, sort of worked with a few mixes that I wanted to do, and I was like, right, I'm just going to go in. And I think I recorded 4 hours, did the usual, had a little tea break, and then went back to it. And then, yeah, 7 hours, 30 minutes later, we was in the Altitude.
Pretty nuts, man. You've done it all live as well, which, you know, some people can use Ableton, some people can use whatever to do mixes, but I know you've done it all live. You got some good sponsorship as well, didn't you? Didn't you get like Yamaha and some other people?
Yeah, I got like Yamaha, Brothers Cider, Pioneer. Who else did I get? Headphone company called Pump. What else was involved? there's so many. It was nuts. So much coming through my door. And the funny thing is, I kind of just wanted to do it all myself. And my friend Josh, who does all my photography and videography and stuff like that, and I was like, look, we're going to do this. You're involved. He had no sort of say in the matter. I'm going to pick you up, or you have to meet me here at this time, and we're going to do this. Luckily, I had like a 7-seater car which could put all the seats down and load all the equipment in, and we just went to loads of different locations, filmed quite a lot of stuff like promo. I didn't want to just do the mix and put it out and say, oh yeah, here's a 7-hour mix. I just wanted to sort of hit it with a full campaign and visuals to go with it, and obviously got Carousel involved as well. He hosted the whole thing, which was amazing. Yeah, man, it was a lot of work. It was a good 3 months' work doing all the promo and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I'm glad I did it. I was thinking to do another one this year, but I was like, no, it's too much. I just want to make music.
Tunes, man. Just get them tunes finished. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Do an 8-hour mix of Crissy Criss tunes.
Yeah, that's what I probably could do that, but yeah.
You probably do longer, man. Yeah, right. So also you run your own nights as well. Crissy Criss and Friends, right?
Yeah. So I started that probably 3-4 years ago. I think we did something. No, we did a NAS festival warm up at the what was it called then? Proud 2 at the Dome, and Uno was there. I think Uno played. Yeah, so we did that, and we only had the small room, which was like upstairs. I think it held probably 200-300 people. And was like, we ain't gonna get much. You know, let's just call it 300 people, and the tickets were free. What we didn't really sort of prepare for, that this was going to be a sold out event, and we'd have to move from the second or third room into the main room, and then the main room was totally rammed. That was amazing feeling. Looking out and seeing like thousands of people, was like, whoa, we ain't all going to fit in this room, and then we literally had to just move rooms and go down to the main room. That was the first one, and then since then we did Crissy Criss Friends stage at NAS Festival. Done bits at Fire, and then I've got loads coming up this year, which in a few weeks actually, which you're playing at, which is going to be Crissy Criss.
I'm headlining, right?
You are headlining above everyone.
Yeah. You just not Netsky. You told
Netsky's at the bottom.
No.
And then that's right. Crissy Criss and Friends stage at Brownstock in Chelmsford. That's going to be a big one.
You've got a sick lineup though.
Lineup.
The lineup.
Mate,
Tell me about the lineup.
I'm so blessed to have that lineup, man. There's Netsky, Delta Heavy, Ivy Lab, Manpiece Swift, Drum Sound, Bassline Smith. Funkcase, Harry Shotter, yourself, me.
There's lots more.
And then there's obviously the main stage, got like Tiny Temper and stuff like that. Which is
and Erb N Dub.
And Erb N Dub.
Yeah, that's right.
Tiny Temper. We've got quite a few dates coming up. We've got sorting out one in Belgium. I'm trying to sort one in the States. Got one in Newcastle, sorting out Northampton, Birmingham. Probably one down sort of Cornwall way as well. So yeah, it's there's loads happening. It's just
you're on it, man.
That's what I say. I can't make music, so I'm sorting out all this.
And ghostwriting music as well.
Job?
You need someone. Yeah, so you need someone to ghostwrite your music.
Rich, and you get him back in.
Yeah, should we get him in? Should we get him in? Also, have you? I know you had like a record label a few years ago. I don't know if it's still going. What's going on with your record labels? You got a new one? You got a old one?
So we've got a new one and an old one. We've got the Zoo, which still working on some tracks for. I want to get that. We've had sort of been resting on it for like about a year. So I'm sort of gonna do some remixes of the tracks that was on there. Put some new stuff out. But I've also got a brand new label which I've started with my partner, Sammy Porter, who I share the studio with. Obviously he makes house, and I was sort of in the middle of like majors releasing sort of like commercial stuff, and it was so long waiting for people. I sort of was like, you know what, I just threw all the paperwork out the window. I was like, I'm going to start another label, and we're just going to put out all the music that we like, because all the music that's out now, you got, the lineups as well, they're just so mixtured. It's like, got a drum and bass DJ, then you've got a house DJ, then you've got someone else, I don't know, playing breaks and stuff, and everyone just sort of loves it. As you can see, like recently, like Culture Clash, you just watch that, and there's a whole heap of different tracks are playing, which is like, they go from house to garage, and then they'll drop like Bricks Don't Roll, and then the whole crowd will go nuts, and it's like, okay, everything works everywhere, so why don't we just make a label where we can just release all the music that we love and treat ourselves as a major, but we're not a major, we just want to release tracks that we like and just put all our efforts into it. So that's sort of what we've done with MMR, which is Machine Made Records, and we're the first releasing. We've got loads more lined up. We've got my next single, my first single that I've not released in ages, dropping on there next month. So yeah, there's loads to look forward to, man. We've got videos and taking it the full way, I think we're going to do it.
Big.
Yeah.
Right, we're coming to the end of the interview.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. No, it's been
Carry
good.
on if you want, you know.
No, it's been good because normally you're interviewing.
I was about to say this is
It's the
weird
other way
for me
around.
because usually I'm on the other side of the decks and I'm interviewing you or someone.
Yeah, and I bet you're worried. Like I'm a bit of a crazy guy. I might say something.
Yeah,
a
you
bit
might say something
off the wall.
We're not allowed to say on radio. Yeah.
Yeah, we did
It's good to be back on Pyro, by the way. How long's it been, Rich? When was our last time?
Come on, Rich.
5-6
Rich,
years.
come on, get on the mic. Come on, Rich.
I remember it was like London Bridge, and I was. I'll tell you a funny story. I was in school when Pyro started, and I remember coming up. I was records then, so I was only. I'm still small now, but I was smaller, and I had to bring my record box down Leytonstone High Street to the station, get on the tube, and go to London Bridge to the old Pyro studios. Yeah, them were the days. I was like, 15, 16. The good old days. Also Uno as well. Uno used to drive me to my gigs as well. He used to come pick me up. Big up Uno. Always never forget that. Yeah,
I was going to actually ask you one of the last questions. Well, there's a couple, but the last question is not this one. But this question is: do you accept this mission? No. The question is:
go for it.
Are there any plans of returning back to radio?
I thought about it. Everyone wants me to. I think for me now, it's just about making music. It's just I've always wanted to make music, and everything sort of gets in the way. All the things I just told you about get in the way anyway. But I think I had like a great time on doing the radio, and a lot of people loved it. A lot of people still want me to come back. I get messages literally every day about when we're gonna hear you back and when you're gonna come back. I'd probably do it now and then, but it's not something that I want to do.
I think a lot of artists owe you a lot of.
They definitely do.
A lot. No, they owe you a lot.
Owe me some money as well.
Even people like myself, you support music. It might not have been on the biggest label at the time, or it might have been on a big label, but you helped break a lot of artists' careers through doing your show on the BBC. So I think a lot of artists should be quite thankful of what you've done for them. I certainly am, you know what I mean? And it's a blessing to have you up here today as well, coming on my show.
It's all good, I think I learned from not checking emails at one point, just like hearing a track that someone's got, and I'm like, why haven't I got that? And then I would check the email, and I would be like, oh wow, I deleted that, I didn't even download it. So from then I was like, I have to download every tune I get and listen to it, and that's where I've sort of came from, like getting people like Netsky and like finding out about them people and Camo and Crooked and like quite a lot of people just sending me tracks. I didn't know who they were. I thought it was like listening to myself. I was like, I need to listen to these people because they obviously send me music for a reason. They want me to play the music. So it was like that. I was like, I have to listen to people's music. And then I sort of discovered everyone then. I was like, wow, this music's wicked. Like, I don't care what your name is or where you're from. Track's wicked. I'm going to play it.
Big.
I mean, everyone was like, wow, what's that track? And I'm like, well, you should check your email, mate, because I learnt my lesson. You need to learn yours. So
it's kind of like, what music's about, whether it's drum and bass or not. Do you know what I mean? Good music is good music.
Yeah, at one point it was just like people were like, oh, if that's not made by a certain someone, I'm not playing it. It was like, not me. I'm playing if it's amazing. I'm playing it. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it's good.
If you said you hate me, I'm still playing the track. I like it.
Wicked. Well, the last question is, what's going in the future? What's going to happen in the future for Crissy Criss, or at least the summer? What are you up to this summer?
Well, I've got Crissy Criss and Friends, quite a few dates all over the globe, really. I'm working on singles. I'm trying to do a single sort of every other month. So my next single is going to be a track with Wide Awake called Light You Up. That's going to be premiered pretty soon, so probably 3-4 weeks. That's going to be out, sort of a crossover track. So yeah, I mean, I've done loads of tracks with you, man. We've got something on program coming.
Yeah, I'm going to play that in a second.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
I've got it queued up, Chris. I've got it queued up.
Of course. Yeah, so stuff like that. Yeah, man, just loads of gigs. I'm all about DJing, so yeah, man, the gigs mean the most to me at the moment. So I'm everywhere. It's just Fabric Friday. That's going to be a big one. Players. Saturday I'm in Austria, and then I've got next week off, and then the week after that, where's that? Oh, no, that's going to be Crissy Criss and Friends, isn't it?
The Brownstock Festival. I'll be there.
Yeah, straight after that, I've got a NAS Festival on the same day as well.
Big.
There's so much, man. My website's getting updated actually, so all my dates will be online for everyone to check out if they want to come say hi to Crissy.
Big. So we're just running out of time with this tune. So is there anything you want to say before you go, Crissy? Actually, I want to say something. Thanks for coming down. I really appreciate it.
That's all good, mate. It's all good.
So yeah, anything you want to say?
Just want to declare my love for Filthy Rich, and then and thanks for letting me come down, man. It's good to be back on Pyro.
Keep it Pyro.